Right now, somewhere, there's a student who has been about to start studying for 5 hours. The desk is ready, the notes are stacked, the motivational video has been watched twice. They've cleaned their room, refilled their water, made a new timetable with color coding, everything except the actual thing. If that student is you, welcome. This video is going to sting a little, and then it's going to fix you. First, let's kill the biggest myth in self-improvement. Procrastination is not laziness. Lazy people don't feel guilty at 2 a.m. Lazy people are relaxed. You're not relaxed, you're avoiding. And science is completely clear on what procrastination actually is. It's not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. You don't avoid the task, you avoid the feeling the task creates. Boredom, confusion, fear of doing it badly. The quiet terror of, what if I try my hardest and it's still not enough? So your brain, which is built to escape discomfort now and let future you pay the bill, reaches for anything that feels better. The phone, a snack, research, another timetable. And the relief is real for 10 minutes. Then the guilt lands. The task is still there, but bigger. And the cycle spins again. Avoid, relief, guilt, repeat. Every spin makes the task scarier because now it carries all that stored dread on top. Here's the good news. Because it's an emotional loop, you don't need more discipline to break it. You need a system that makes the emotions smaller than the first step. 3 steps. Stick around for step 3 because it's the one nobody talks about, and research says it's the strongest of the 3. Step 1. Shrink the task until it stops being scary. Write the assignment is not a task. It's a fog bank with a deadline. Your brain can't start fog. It can only start actions. So ask the magic question. What is the very next physical action? Not the project, the motion. Open the document, write the heading, read page 1, solve question 1. That's it. That's the whole commitment. You already know the 2-minute entry from my micro habits video. This is it, aimed at your scariest task. Here's why it works. The dread you feel is attached to the whole mountain. No single step of a staircase is frightening. Your brain panics at climb Everest, but shrugs at put on boots. So never start projects, start motions. The project takes care of itself once you're moving. Motivation follows action, almost never the other way around. Step 2. Rig the game so starting is stupid easy and escaping is annoying. Willpower is overrated. Environment is undefeated. So become an architect. Lower the ramp to the task. Book already open at the right page. Document already created. Pen already uncapped. End every session by setting up the next one. You know the Hemingway trick from my focus video. Then raise the wall around the escape. Phone in another room. Social apps logged out. The gaming chair turned to face away if you must. Every extra second of friction between impulse and escape gives your smarter brain time to show up. And when you catch yourself hovering, about to start, about to not start, use the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. Physically move on 1. The launch beats the excuse factory to the punch. You know this one too. This is where all those small tools stack into one machine. Shrink the step, grease the entry, block the exits, launch. One more piece of rigging. Give everything a container. Work expands to fill whatever time you give it. Give an assignment tonight, and it eats the whole night. Give it 90 minutes with a timer, and weirdly, it fits. Open time invites drifting. A deadline you can see, a running timer, creates just enough pressure to keep the engine warm. Race the clock, not yourself. Step 3. Forgive yourself. Yes, seriously. Here's the finding that surprises everyone. Researchers followed students who procrastinated on an exam. The ones who forgave themselves for it procrastinated significantly less on the next exam. The ones who beat themselves up, they procrastinated more. Read that again because your instinct says the opposite. Your instinct says the fix is shame. Call yourself lazy, feel disgusted, promise a punishing comeback. But remember what procrastination is: escaping bad feelings. Shame is the worst feeling of all, so shame doesn't break the loop. Shame fuels it. You feel terrible about avoiding, so you avoid the thing that makes you feel terrible. Round and round. Self-forgiveness cuts the fuel line. I procrastinated. It happens to literally everyone. Starting now. 10 seconds, zero drama, back to step 1. That's not softness, it's mechanics. A driver who stares at every pothole in the mirror crashes into the next one. Eyes forward. And pair it with this. Keep a done list. Every evening, write down what you actually did, even the small stuff. Procrastinators have a distorted memory. They vividly remember the wasted hours and completely forget the progress. The done list is evidence, and identity follows evidence. Show your brain proof that you're someone who does things, and it starts acting like it. Now about perfectionism, because half of you watching are not lazy at all. You're perfectionists in disguise. You don't start because starting badly feels unbearable. Here's your medicine. The first version of anything is allowed to be trash. Write the bad draft. Solve it the clumsy way. Done first, good later. You cannot edit a blank page, but you can fix an ugly one in half the time it takes to create a perfect one from thin air. Perfect is not a standard, it's a hiding place. Let's put the whole system together. Feel the avoidance. Name it. I'm avoiding a feeling, not a task. Shrink it. What's the next physical motion? Rig it. Ramp down to the task. Walls up around the escapes. Launch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contain it. Visible timer. Raise the clock. Sleep anyway? Forgive fast. Log what you did do. Eyes forward. Here's my challenge. Pick the one task you've been avoiding the longest. You know the one. You felt it just now when I said that. Tonight, do only its 2-minute version. Don't finish it. Just touch it. Tomorrow, touch it again. The dread you've been carrying for weeks dies in about 4 minutes of contact. I promise it's smaller than it looks. It always is. Because here's the truth, buddy. Procrastination was never about the task. It's a fear wearing a laziness costume. And fears shrink when you walk toward them in small steps. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and send it to the friend who's made 4 study timetables this month and followed 0. You know exactly who they are. Remember, you don't need to feel ready. You need to start ugly. See you in the next one.